Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time to take a look at the week's news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. And we start in Las Vegas, Nevada, the epicenter of the U.S. wrestling world for the last week or so. The U.S. Open took place with other major U.S. wrestling events alongside. In total, 20 mats spread the expanse of the Las Vegas Convention Center. The sport of wrestling, of course, took center stage. Every match from all the tournaments were streamed live on Flow Wrestling. Our coverage starts with the annual national championships for America's Olympic-level wrestlers, the U.S. Open. Day one, 5 senior weight classes were contested, 2 in Greco and 3 in women's freestyle. Earlier this year, 2012 Olympian Ben Provisor had nerve surgery on his back, and the question remained, would he be back to contend? In short, the answer is yes. 163-pound Provisor beat 2010 World Team member Jake Fisher 1-0-2-0 in the finals, winning his second career U.S. Open title.
I had it the whole time. I was just sort of readjusting it, trying to get it to exactly where I wanted it. And, I hit that all the time right off the start. Some people, they come in real hard with their left hand. I'm just waiting for that trap arm, and I get it a decent amount of times and worked out, and I got it on that one.
In the 185-pound Greco finals, talented Jordan Holm earned his second U.S. Open title when he defeated Zach Nielsen 3-0-1-0.
We got this very positive atmosphere. We're going to get better. And I don't want to be like Brett Favre about it. I don't want to just hang on just because I don't think anybody would say I'm hanging on for $1 million contract, though. Just doing it because I love it, and I feel like as long as I keep getting better, then I'm going to keep doing it.
Now let's take a look at the women's freestyle and the results. Jessica Medina, a 2-time U.S. World Team member at 112 pounds, she won her 3rd career U.S. Open crown when she defeated past cadet world champion Haley Agello in the finals. The score went 2-0, 0-1, 2-0.
Last year, if you'd have talked to me, I wasn't sure how long I was going to go, but now it's not so much about winning, making a team. It's more like I want to get the best out of myself because I know the best is yet to come.
Well, 2 other women claimed their first Open titles in the 130-pound finals. Allie Reagan, a 2-time junior world bronze medalist, shut down 2-time world team member Deanna Betterman 3-0-5-0.
I feel like I had more senior goals this year since I'm not a junior anymore, so I feel like this is where I need to be at, and I dropped a weight class to compete better at the senior level because 63 is a lot tougher, so I think this is where I need to be, and I'm glad that I'm getting there in steps.
In the 147-pound finale, Veronica Carlson won her first U.S. Open title. She stopped Tamara Mensah 5-0-6-0.
I feel like it's been a long time in the coming. A lot of hard work put into this, and it feels good to finally put it away. So definitely the expectation was there to rise to the challenge of being in the new age groups to the senior level. But also being realistic, there's been girls on the scene for a long time.
Well, stay tuned. We have a lot more news coming your way from Las Vegas. We'll be right back.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
The 2013 World Team Trials for both juniors and seniors will be held June 20th through the 23rd in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your chance to see national champs, world medalists, Olympians, all competing to see who will represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and the FILA Junior World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. Visit www.theworldteamtrials.com for all your ticketing and travel information. ASICS is the proud sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams.
All right, we go to day 2 at the Open. 7 gold medals were awarded as competition took place in all 3 styles. Michigan's 2-time NCAA champ Kellen Russell, well, he made headlines in men's freestyle at 145. Russell won 3 bouts in the qualifying tournament to get to the Open. He then won 4 more times, beating 3 seeded opponents. In the finals, the unseeded Russell downed Oklahoma State's 2-time NCAA champ Jordan Oliver. The score, 0-1, 2-2, 1-0. That took the gold and the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week honors as well.
I knew I needed to get his feet moving. He was keeping it real good. You know, his body turned real hard, so I couldn't go to that duck and kick I've been doing all weekend. So I knew if I faked, I could snap him down, and I was able to just get the corners by a little bit there and drive him out, get a takedown. So I knew I had to get his head and hands down on the mat.
Other men's freestyle winners claimed their very first title, including past junior world champ Dom Bradley. In the 264-pound finale, the recent Missouri grad upset 2009 world bronze medalist and Olympian Trevel Delegnev. The score there went 0-4, 3-0, 1-0.
I had one bad tournament the whole year, and of course it was the worst tournament of the year, so I took my thoughts, took a break, really committed myself to wrestling again, and Coach Henson's put me through a lot this last 3.5 weeks to get ready for this, and I've hated him every day for it, but today it pays off.
Next we go to 185. That's where we find veteran Keith Gavin. He placed second 2 different times over the years. This year in Vegas, he won his first U.S. Open title when he stopped Clayton Foster 1-0, 1-1, 2-1.
It was a good day for me. Finally got over that, got that monkey off my back. I've been second and third a lot, like you said. I never won this. I never won a stop sign. I got second in Fargo a few times, so I've been second a lot in my life, so it's nice to win one.
Well, the second day also saw 2 women's champions, both past world medalists in the finals. At 138 pounds, world champ and Olympian Elena Perizkova, she won her 5th U.S. Open title when she beat Erin Klodgo 1-0, 3-1. Grabbing control and the gold at 105, 2012 world bronze medalist Alyssa Lampe. She stopped 2-time junior world champ Victoria Anthony 3-0, 5-2. It was her second Open title. At the end of the weekend, Lampe was also named the outstanding wrestler in the women's event.
I could see the seconds counting down, so I just went for it. You know, we had an underhook thing going on, so I felt her push a little bit, and I'm like, now's as good time as any. I mean, it's not like she's going to pick me in 3 seconds, so if I miss it, I miss it.
Well, in a rematch of the 2012 Olympic trials, 2-time Olympian Spencer Mango did what he does best. He won his 5th U.S. Open crown at 121. He beat Max Nowery 3-0, 1-0.
This year I hurt my ribs and I was out for 2 months, but you know, I was in that Army wrestling room every day still, you know, just getting hungry and still trying to watch matches and prepare myself mentally, mental training, you know, for the road ahead.
Well, the other Greco-Roman champion was a first-time winner, 33-year-old Dr. Wechter. John Wechter, to be exact, an orthopedic surgeon from Minneapolis. He wrestled his way to the top of the podium at 211 pounds. He scored 1-0, 0-1, 1-0, defeating Ryan Halsey.
I came out to do my residency at University of Minnesota, and Dan Chandler said he coached me and stuff. And I went to a tournament my first year in residency, and I really wasn't probably trained as best I should. And I dislocated my shoulder, and it took me a few years to come back from that.
Our news continues from the U.S. Open. We'll be right back.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
We go to day 3. All mats were busy with all styles in action. In total, gold medals were awarded in 9 weight classes. Knowing it would be a must-see match, USA Wrestling decided to make the 163-pound matchup a main event, the last bout, if you will. That one, well, many fans were counting on it. World and Olympic champ Jordan Burroughs would face Penn State's college phenom David Taylor. Well, it was a close contested battle, but Burroughs did what he's done 51 other times before. He won. His 52nd straight freestyle win came with the score of 3-1, 1-0 as he beat Taylor and grabbed his 3rd straight Open championship.
Who's counting, right? I don't know. I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to lose. You know, I feel as though I can learn just as much from a win as I can from a loss. So for me, it's all about going out there, perfecting my technique, working at as fast a pace as I can, and just trying to continually improve.
Now on the women's side of the ledger, world silver medalist Helen Marillis won her 4th career Open title. She stopped Catherine Fulp-Allen in the 121-pound finals. 3-0-5-0 was that final score.
I'm a lot more confident now with the past couple years' experience, especially this past year, 2012. But actually, I was struggling a lot with my confidence today, so I wasn't able to get in a stance the whole day until my finals match.
Ellis Coleman moved up a weight to 145 pounds in Greco-Roman action. The Olympian went on to capture his first Open crown. In an exciting battle, he scored a clutch gut wrench in the final period, beating Kendrick Sanders 0-3, 4-0, 2-1. With his performance, Coleman was awarded the Greco-Roman Outstanding Wrestler honor.
Once I get my gut, it's already a groove, you know, and it's muscle memory. Definitely in a match. So the second period when I got it, I told myself I'm gonna get it the net if it comes down to it. And I told myself before the match that he's good at parterre. I mean, he has a nice reverse lift, and if I'm gonna beat him, it's gonna be outscoring him in parterre.
We go to 132 pounds, the freestyle finals. 2011 World Team member Reese Humphrey grabbed his 2nd Open title, defeating Olympic bronze medalist Coleman Scott 1-0-1-0. Humphrey nailed a perfect backflip in celebration. He was named the Outstanding Wrestler in freestyle.
Coleman wrestled a great match against me. I think he was a little banged up, actually. So that's why this one was so big for me. I've been waiting a whole year to wrestle this one match. He got the bronze medal. I felt like I could have been there and doing the same things, but he got it done, so now it's back for me to be on top.
Well, 2-time World Team member Joe Betterman earned his 4th U.S. Open Greco title. He defeated his Army teammate Marco Laura 2-1, 1-0.
And the Army's done nothing but taking care of me, the black and gold W cap. So, you know, they're you know, I don't have to worry about finances for my family. That was the biggest part. And so now all I have to do is wrestle. And so, you know, being a new father, I wrestle for my son now, not just for myself, and it gives me a whole new look on life.
2010 Freestyle World Team member Obi Blanc, well, he won his 2nd Open title at 121. He shut out Frank Pirelli 6-0, 4-0 in the finals.
We train so hard. I mean, it's just every day we go in there and we treat it like it's a finals match and we give it all we got. And when it comes out here, it's just routine for us. So I'm glad I made it look easy, I guess.
Well, another 2010 World Team member is J.D. Bergman. He was a freestyle champ at 2:11, beating Chris Pendleton 1:02.1 for his second open title.
I've been trying to get back to my #1 spot for a while. For those fans who don't know, I was #1 guy for about a year and a half domestically, and I tore a disc in my back wrestling in the Medved tournament in Belarus.
Now we go to heavyweight. The U.S. Marine David Arndt recorded a third-period pin over Eric Nye to win his first U.S. Greco-Roman Open title. Well, with the win, Arndt became the first Marine national champ in over a decade. Special note, Arndt has been out of wrestling for several years while serving his country in Afghanistan, and we thank him for his service.
I love the opportunity that I can come and do this. I like that it shows that the people serving overseas, a lot of those guys over there, they just don't have the opportunity to do this every day. And hopefully by me, I do it for those guys. I do it so they have someone to look at and be like, he's been here too, and he comes back and he can still succeed on the mat.
Well, Brittany Roberts earned her first U.S. Open title by downing Jackie Cataline 5-1, 1-0 in the women's finals at 158.
I want to be the future of the Olympics, world teams, everything. Just want to go all the way. I've never won this before, so I'm really excited about it, and it's just another step in the right direction for me, and I just want to keep making those steps until I get to the Olympics.
At the end, the team awards were presented on the center mat. In men's freestyle, the Division I team champs were the New York Athletic Club. They were followed by the New Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The Division II champs were the Sunkissed Kids. By a 3-point spread, the U.S. Army WCAP team repeated as the Division I Greco-Roman champs, just ahead of the New York Athletic Club. The Minnesota Storm captured the Division II title with the Sunkissed Kids in second. Now, women's freestyle, the New York Athletic Club won the day and the Division I title. The Oklahoma City University Gator RTC took second. In Division II, the Sunkissed Kids took the title, followed by the Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. Well, on next week's episode, we'll bring you complete coverage of the other major events held alongside the U.S. Open in Las Vegas. We'll have action video and, of course, interviews from the major stars in those competitions as well. Well, a special press conference was held by the Committee for the Preservation of Olympic Wrestling on the very final day of the U.S. Open. USA Wrestling Executive Director Rich Bender announced a new organization had been formed from a group of national wrestling federations working together to preserve the sport. To date, 23 nations have joined the coalition, all agreeing on a unified effort. Iran, Russia, Cuba, China, India, and Japan are among the nations. Rich Bender.
I think one of the things that was evident to us early on was potentially this could be the greatest hour and opportunity our sport's ever seen. Opportunity for our sport to move forward, make changes that are necessary not only at the international level, but certainly domestically and other things that we think we have the opportunity now on the platform to do to improve our sport.
Kapow Director of Development and Finance, John Bardis, gave us an update on the fundraising program and explained how the U.S. leadership has made an international difference.
Our effort here is really designed to, at this point in time from a finance perspective, fund what we must do between now and May 15th. We're just going to talk about that. And then beyond May 15th, September, when we go to the General Assembly.
Well, the USA, Iran, and Russia will compete in a much-heralded duel at Grand Central Terminal in New York. Two-time Olympic champ John Smith talked about the event's importance.
Well, it's a great opportunity, for us here in the U.S. Opportunity first to watch great wrestling, but it's also recognizing that there's three of the most strongest countries historically in the world that have got great passion for wrestling throughout their country. It's got great support for wrestling and has really developed wrestling.
Well, two-time Olympic champ and U.S. flag bearer Bruce Baumgartner explained why wrestling should be in every Olympic Games.
Approximately 180 countries participate in Olympic-style wrestling. We believe that that's a significant number of people. If you look at the number of individuals in the United States, in Russia, Iran, it is significant participation in those countries throughout the world.
Special guest Pat Christensen of Las Vegas Events talked about the significance of the 2015 World Wrestling Championships that will be coming back to Las Vegas.
What we'll do for the wrestling fans here in Las Vegas is they will have the opportunity to come and see
the championships, the world championships, but also we're going to customize an experience around that that's been second to none. So we're excited about this, really committed to working with the committee on the initiative to get wrestling back in the Olympics where it belongs.
We'll be back from Las Vegas. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, a very special program was held alongside the U.S. Open as USA Wrestling hosted a reunion of sorts of the pioneers of women's freestyle wrestling. There were 15 former women's wrestling stars that were there, the courageous and talented athletes who competed in the early days of freestyle wrestling, the 80s through the 90s. That's before the sport was even added to the Olympic Games. Organized by four-time world champ and Hall of Fame member Tricia Saunders and her friends, these pioneers came from across the country to visit with each other and to be honored. A social reception was held, allowing some of the current women Olympic contenders to meet those who built the sport and to provide them with their Olympic opportunities. USA Wrestling's executive director, Rich Bender, welcomed the women and thanked them for their leadership.
There are many girls that are standing on your backs tonight and moving forward, and our sport would have no chance, or would not have had anywhere near the success we've had without the girls and the men that are supporting the girls in this room. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
National women's coach Terry Steiner gave the pioneers an update on the women's team program and invited them all to get more involved as mentors to our current athletes.
We want you back involved. I want to invite you back into the women's wrestling family, and I think it's very important for us as we move forward to know our history so we can better understand our past and really appreciate our presence right now.
Well, just prior to the U.S. Open Championship Finals, the women wrestlers were given special Team USA warm-ups and individually introduced to the crowd. They received a standing ovation, as they well should. They posed together for a group photo on the raised mats. We talked to two of these pioneers about this very special weekend. Afsun Russia's Amir Johnson was a world medalist for the United States and made a number of U.S. senior world teams.
This trip was absolutely phenomenal. It was beyond any of my expectations. The whole weekend, it felt surreal. It just going through the motions, but it just felt, the best way I could describe it is surreal.
Marie Ziegler also won a world medal for Team USA in women's wrestling and was a lightweight star in the sport for many years.
I have to, the word that keeps coming up is surreal. It's just amazing. I mean, it's been probably about 20 years since I've seen some of these girls, and just goes to show you how strong that friendship and camaraderie and bond is. That, I mean, the minute we all got back together, it was as if no time passed.
Just prior to the finals, Joe Miller of All-American Wrestling Supply and Tom Keene of Cliff Keene Athletic presented a check for $25,129 to Kapow Director of Development John Bardis. Well, these two companies developed, marketed, and sold the official Keep Olympic Wrestling t-shirt with $20.20 from each sale going to the effort. A new text to donate program was then announced at the U.S. Open as well. The athletes on stage pulled out their cell phones to make the first donations to the program. You can donate $10 to the Keep Olympic Wrestling Fund simply by texting the word WRESTLE to 501-501. Again, that's 501-501. This text to donate program will be repeated at USA Wrestling events across the country in the coming months. Now, prior to the start of the morning session of the U.S. Open, hundreds of wrestlers of all ages, from youth through Olympics and veterans, along with coaches, refs, and fans, all came together on the raised center mats for a group photo to support Olympic wrestling. It's this vision that you should hold dear. They filled the four mats on the stage and posed for these generous photos. Well, Pioneer Woman in American Wrestling was honored along with the women wrestlers when FILA presented its highest award, the FILA Gold Star to Sheila Wager. of the United States. Wager was the first woman from any country to serve as a mat official at the Olympic Games when she was a ref in 1988 at the Olympic Games in Seoul, South Korea. While you've waited for it, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pics are sent in by families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our USA Wrestler Magazine and USA Wrestling Facebook page contest. This week, our picture is sent in by Patricia Schilling. She took this one of all the wrestlers from the 2013 Oregon Cadet and Junior Freestyle and Greco State Tournament in Corvallis, Oregon, standing up to keep Olympic wrestling. You can have your photographs considered simply by emailing them to the hardworking Gary Abbott at usawrestling.org. Well, that'll do it for this week's program. We thank you each for watching. Until next time, I'm Scott Casper from the studios at Takedown Wrestling. So long.